Is Amarjot Singh. I'm an ICCRC registered consultant based in Edmonton, Alberta. And I take questions from people all over the world, including in Canada, for people who are looking to come to Canada on a permanent immigration basis. Express entry is one of the very popular ways for skilled people to apply and qualify for immigration. And I'm going to today talk about, as it shows on the screen, about the French language test and the score. Before I do that, I wanted to briefly highlight on what is happening today. Today is November 1st, and November 1st is the day where traditionally the immigration minister makes an annual report on immigration priorities and plans and objectives to the parliament. It's close to 11:57 right now, and I think in about a few hours, maybe a couple or maybe about 3 hours, I think that immigration report will be tabled, and very soon I think the press and media will start talking about it. So I'm eagerly looking to see that report as well. And by tomorrow, I think the whole media will start talking about what is in that report. So that's coming soon today. This week also, today is Wednesday, but this week already, I think in Monday, they means immigration had announced this week to be celebrated as the National Francophone Immigration Week. So you know what Francophone is. Francophone is referring to people who speak French as a native language. In Canada, French is a very important qualification. Especially for immigrants who are looking to come from different countries, like say Francophone countries like Mauritius and some African countries, France, Belgium, and stuff. French is one of the official languages in Canada. If you have proficiency in French, if you speak French as a native or if you have learned, you will get a lot of opportunities to work in jobs which specifically require French. I personally value French as one of the more important prerequisites of getting points in the express entry, as we will see later. Many jobs, especially government jobs in Canada, require bilingual, that means English and French. So clearly, French speakers have a great advantage in applying and qualifying for immigration, not only immigration, but also settling in different places. So the Francophone week that we are celebrating this, starting from October 30th, this is a way by which the government is laying out his plan on. We want to encourage Francophone settlers to come and live in Canada, especially outside Quebec. Quebec is a primarily French-speaking province. Outside Quebec, they want more and more French-speaking people to come and live and settle and then work and just raise their families there. So this is right now the Francophone Immigration Week. You can go to Google and search, and then you will be able to see. I have some people joining in. Galen is saying hello to me. Galen, I don't know where you're from. If you want to ask a question, let me know. You can type the question and I'll see to it. All right, Galen. So the Francophone, the immigration is ongoing right now. You can go to the immigration website and type National Francophone Immigration Week. You will see what the government has announced. There is another program in Canada called International Mobility Program. This is relating to what the Canadian interests are, significant benefit coming through Canadian interest. And one of them is called Mobilité Francophone under Immigration, Refugee and Protection Act 205A. Exemption code is C16. That means anybody who has a job outside Quebec and who is a Francophone speaker can get the work permit without the LMO, that is LMIA. That's what it's called. So exemption code C16. Any employer in Canada outside Quebec can hire a skilled professional in the job and in the NOC O, A, and B, and they can offer the job, and the person can apply for the work permit from outside, not from Canada, directly either online or through your visa application center. So you can apply for this work permit without the LMIA. That is great news for a lot of people who keep asking me, can they get an LMIA? And I tell them, look, I don't do LMIAs. I mean, I can do the LMIA, but I don't have jobs. And especially if they speak French, if they are francophone native, they can get the job offer without the LMIA. So that's one thing. If they do not speak French as a native speaker, they can alternatively take the French language test, which is TEF. If they take the TEF test and get minimum a level 7, which is CLB 7, go and check on the Google and what is CLB 7 in your French language. So TEF at the level 7. So that means you will establish that you are a good speaker of French. You can get a job, no LMIA requirement, and you can start working on a work permit. So that's called it's only for French-speaking people, by the way. It's mobility francophone. Or as you can type on Google, you will see it. What I want to talk to you today is about in express entry, when you have your certain points. And by the way, there's an express entry draw just now, I think in the morning, and the lowest cutoff was I think 241. It may be possibly because of, I think, trade class people. Nonetheless, if you are looking to increase your points for express entry, one of the ways that you can get additional points, I mean, you can get additional points by a lot of other ways. For example, if you have a brother or sister living in Canada who's a citizen or a PR, if you have had some post-secondary education in Canada for at least 1 or 2 years, then you get 15 points. If you have 3 years or more, then you get 30 points. That's the way, international students are coming here, because they want to not only get the Canadian credential, but also take advantage of the points which you get after doing the credential. If you have a range employment offer in a very high skill category, you get 200 points. Of course, in a lower O, A, and B, you get 50 points, or you can get 600 points on nomination. But one of the most, I think, less ignored and less talked about ways by which you can increase your points in comprehensive ranking system in express entry is by taking a French language skills test. I mean, think of this. If you are languishing on points, if you are deficient on points, and if you are willing to study French for, let's say, 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months, or 6 months, whatever time that you can do. And if you score CLB 7 in the TEF, and even if you have low English, so for example, if you have CLB 7 in French, and if you have CLB 4 in English, you will get 15 points, or if you never took English. So just the French alone will give you extra 15 points. So that's something that you have to recognize. But let's say if you have CLB 7 in French language skills and get, again, in addition to French, get CLB 5 or higher in English in IELTS, you get extra 30 points. I mean, that's a lot of points, actually. I'm thinking about, somebody who has 370, 380, or 390 or so. I mean, you're looking to stretch yourself from that score to all the way to an additional 30 points. That's a lot of points. It's a worthwhile pursuit to check out the French language. Whether is it difficult for you to study, or how long does it take, and go to one of the Alliance Française Institute in your city, in your country, and see if you can learn French. If you do that, I think you are looking additionally 15 to 30 points, and that's it's remarkable. But a lot of people don't talk about French because I think they are, just possibly like me, intimidated by French. Maybe it's a new language, maybe too old to study new language. So, but I think it's worthwhile to take a look at it. Dalveer Singh is saying student visa, sir. I don't understand what is the meaning of student visa question. Dalveer Singh, you have to be more specific on what you are saying, what you are asking. So you have to type your question in full, or let me just write down my phone number here. This number is in Canada. If you want to call this number and ask the question directly, I can take your call and maybe possibly try to answer what you're asking. So the brief aim of my presentation today was to talk about the importance of French in immigrating to Canada. Not only immigrating, but once you come here, you'll get jobs easily, you'll settle, you'll have more flexibility of living anywhere, especially in maritime provinces where they are looking to attract people who speak French. I mean, it's a primarily French-speaking area. So that's what the opportunity you get apart from Quebec. Of course, there are some provinces, if you have an express entry application, already ongoing, if you have a French language higher than a certain level, some provinces will automatically offer you nomination, just like I know Ontario does. So French is a great addition to your comprehensive ranking system profile. The reason was saying I want to apply for student visa. So the reason you can go ahead and apply for a student visa. What do I have to do in this? There's no role for me. So you get admission from the college, university, wherever you are, and then you fill up the form and then you apply for study visa. Pretty much very simple. I don't know what's the problem in it. Who else is saying hello to me? Mohammed Amir Sheikh. Mohammed Amir Sheikh, I do not know where you are. Tell me where you are. I'm interested to apply for a job in Canada. What is more important to focus while drafting a resume? Mohammed Amir, it's pretty simple. I mean, let me ask you, let's say I'm in Canada. If I'm looking to find a job in your country, wherever you are, how do I apply for a job? I make the resume as anybody else would, whether in your country, in my country. I have to highlight what can I do for the employer, what skills I have, what do I bring to them so that they are interested in my background. Job search is pretty much everywhere, all over the world is the same process. You have to understand, you are selling it through your resume, so you better know what you are selling, what is your special, unique skills that you're bringing. A lot of people from Middle East, I know you're from Oman, you just said Oman, you're a university lecturer. You have to find a job by targeting some employers in Canada who are looking for your own skills that you bring, and there must be some unique skills that you are bringing. That's what you have to highlight. There's no other special unique way. Some people in different countries like to contact agents and recruiters and pay them money. I don't like that approach, because when you are paying money to a middle person or a broker in between, and that does not sound like somebody is trying to get you a genuine job, because, hey, for a genuine employment offer from the employer himself, you do not be able to, bribe somebody to pay them money or some things, which is, I know some people do that in different countries, agents. The real thing is, give me your number. I want to talk to you. My number is, I already listed my number earlier on the screen, and I think it's also on my Facebook where we are seeing this. If you go to my Facebook profile, you click it, you will be able to see my full website and the full, phone number and address everywhere. Mohammed Sheikh is again saying, I've applied many employers, but I haven't got any reply back. That only means, Mohammed Jamil Sheikh, that nobody is interested in your skills. What can I say? If nobody's interested in hiring you, then you are out of luck. Then you have to improve your express entry profile in other ways, just like I said earlier about French and other ways, and then improve your score and go higher up. And that's all I can say. I don't have any magic solution for you for enabling you to get the job quickly and guaranteedly. I mean, it's not going to happen. It's slow and easy process all the way. So just try to improve your score, and then go from there. They'll be saying, okay, thanks, thank you very much. If you have any other question that you should as somebody else who's joining, and you can ask me the question. I was talking about the importance of French in process of applying for immigration, and that's what I started my discussion with. Who else is joining? Raja Mundi Gurditpuria Sastikal says schooling visa is right or fake. I don't know, Raju Mundi. You need to contact the Canadian Embassy in New Delhi, Canadian High Commission in New Delhi, in New Delhi, and ask them, is it fake or right or not? You are asking me a question. I've given my opinion on schooling visa, I think many times in the past 2-3 years on different forum, on radio, on here, and in live interviews somewhere. And my opinion about schooling visa. I mean, schooling visa for people who are like 5 years old, 6 years old, and less than 10 years old. A lot of consultants are promoting that they can have their parents accompany the child and go to Canada and live there permanently with a work permit or something else. I have not seen any case like what people are describing. So I'm yet to see a live case where somebody can tell me, look, this student came to Canada and his or her parents are with them and they are living on a work permit. I have never seen anything like this anywhere in Canada. And I've been doing this business for the past 25 years, including, 11 years in Canada. And I have not seen any real case. So I do not know what your question is, right or fake. I think you might want to better ask this question from the Canadian Embassy by writing a letter or email to them in New Delhi. So Raju Mundi, Gurdatpuria, I hope you get my message. Mohammed Amir Sheikh, 7.5 skills and focusing on French language. Mohammed Amir Sheikh, if you have 7.5 in IELTS, I think if you get 7 level, like CLB 7 level in French language, I think it will increase your score by 30 plus, whatever your CRS is right now, you will go 30 plus. So it's very important that I think if you're not getting a job, you should, focus on French, and that's how I think you will be successful. So that's my message to you, Mohammed Amir Sheikh. Raju Mundi Gurdatpuria saying, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I was looking to go to India for a week or two to do some seminars, which I don't know where those seminars will be, in different cities all over India. So keep checking the Facebook update and you'll come to know earlier. Who else has joined in? Let's take a look. Agampreet Chahal. If any student working 20 hours, then a major problem to get work permit. Agampreet Chahal, I mean, I like your question. Is there any major problem? What do you mean major or minor problem? A student who is working more than 20 hours in Canada on a valid student permit, that depends on where is he working. Is he working in the campus or outside the campus? Outside the campus, they are not allowed to work more than 20 hours. If his work exceeds 20 hours, per week, then the student is under non-compliance in Section 41 of Immigration Refugee Protection Act. Very likely he'll be trapped sooner or later, and he will be barred for at least 6 months, or worse, other things can happen as well, including a removal notice. So Agampreet Chahal, got to be very careful. Whoever is working, they should not. All right. Mohammed Amir Sheikh, thanks for coming down. We are thankful if you can forward me some sample resume. Mohammed Amir Sheikh, I am not in the business of recruitment or resume preparation. For this, you have to go and search on Google whatever resumes that you can find. I don't have any sample resumes for anybody to share. So, so I'm sorry, message is repeated by mistake. Don't worry, that's okay. I got your message. I know what you're asking. So that's all. Who else is joining? There are about 7 people listening in. Guys, if you have any question for me about Immigration, Refugee and Protection Act, the law, not like anything else, like somebody get me a job. I mean, every day I get 4 or 5 calls from people from all over the world, including in Middle East, in Africa, in India, and Pakistan, and even the US. I got a call from Italy and Cyprus all the time. People saying, look, help us find a job, and take this money. How much is your charge? Take this money. I say, look, sir, I'm not in that business, and I don't want you to pay money to anybody who's offering you jobs for money. And that is illegal here. Daman Singh joining, sir. I want spouse visa. Daman Singh. Everybody wants some kind of visa. I mean, I do not know what your case is. I mean, where's your wife? We don't know anything about your case. I mean, you you're going to the doctor and say, hey, doctor, give me a medicine for something, for pain. I mean, we don't know where the pain is. We need to know properly, diagnose your situation, see what category you are in, and then that's how we will say. Daman Singh, sir, I want spouse visa. I love this statement. Give me like, hey, I go to a coffee shop. Hey, give me a cup of coffee right now. All right, coffee, please. Say, I want a spouse visa. Give me a spouse visa. I mean, come on. We don't know your case. All right, Daman Singh. So unless we know the case. So anybody else who is joining in who want to ask me a question, you can ask me a question. And National Francophone Immigration Week, that was one I was focusing earlier about. Check out International Mobility Program under Mobilité Francophone, Immigration Refugee Protection Act 205, Section A. You get the LMIA exempt work permit code C16. All you do is that you have TEF score of more than 7. And of course, you must have a job offer outside Quebec. You will have the work permit. All right, so it's easy. It's not that difficult as searching for a job, without French. But thing is, if you hunker down for, let's say, a few months and then work on your French, maybe you'll get French, and I think it will open doors, including extra and additional points in comprehensive ranking system. So that's all I have to say. All right, thank you very much. I'll talk to you later. Till next time, don't forget to check the media and also my Facebook about the new immigration report that will be tabled into the Parliament today after a few hours. And I think the whole media will start talking in the evening or starting tomorrow. So this is for the plan for immigration for next year. And that's how you will see in the report. I'm looking to see the report myself very soon. Daman Singh, give me D number. I like the abbreviation. Give me DER instead of writing the whole thing. Say give me DER number, like D number. Like, come on, my number is on my Facebook profile and also on my website. If you type my name on Google, you will see my website as well, so you can get the number from there. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Take care, and I'll see you soon with some new updates later. Thank you.